Well, I guess story was always part of. I ran a company, an internet company, for 5 years. We developed internet software, early internet software for Caterpillar and State Farm Insurance. And it was like the desktop revolution. There was no software. Everybody wanted to have internet software, but it was small companies like the one I was running who were developing it because it didn't exist. And my whole approach was to really understand what our customers needed and wanted, and to help them tell whatever story they wanted to tell. So I thought in terms of story even then, that our customers, our clients, they have a story that they want to tell, and we help them tell it. That was kind of the approach that I took. And then at the same time that I was doing that, I had the opportunity to teach sociology class at Bradley University in Peoria, which I got to invent. It was called Culture, Identity, and Cyberspace. And it was about 8 trends that I thought were going to come as a result of the internet, because this was in 1997 when the internet was just starting. And I already saw things that were going to happen. So that's what the whole class was about. And it was a really fun class. I really loved the students, and we had a lot of fun. And it was pretty crazy. It was pretty out there.
Look who was teaching it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I got to ask you this, because see, there are people who are reviewing your spotlight, and they know now that those who haven't been on that, who haven't been reading a lot of some of your posts. What would you say right now? Give them an overview of what it is that you've written up to this point that could maybe let them know, Kevin, and come on board and just start reading, your posts. Go back and start from the beginning and just start coming forward, reading. What would you say?
Okay, so I wanted to have a character. I came up with the idea of Michael LaSalle buying the house that H.G. Wells used to live in. And he discovers a time door in the sub-basement of this house. And when he walks through that time door, he finds himself out on the street in front of his house, but it's his house back in the 1800s. And it's where H.G. Wells lives currently. So he meets H.G. Wells, and H.G. Wells teaches him how to become a time traveler. That's how it all starts out. And the first place Michael LaSalle goes in the first book is Victorian London. And I picked out the year 1888 because one of my favorite Sherlock Holmes stories was set in 1888. So he goes back to 1888 in Victorian London. And then I discovered that, because I didn't research 1888, I just was going to meet Sherlock Holmes. Then I discovered that Oscar Wilde lived in London in 1888. And so Michael LaSalle visited Oscar Wilde and got involved with the picture of Dorian Gray and met Dorian Gray and changed his life and had some fun there. But then one other thing happened in 1888 that I didn't know about. Jack the Ripper